Welcome everyone to the 31 Days of THORGIWEEN. All month long on this channel, we're celebrating all things spooky and scary, and as you know, each Wednesday on this channel, we do Comic Class, the show where we just geek out about comic books. So all this month on Wednesday, we're going to give you some spooky comic book recommendations, and boy do we have a lot of good ones for you. This year saw a surge in new scary comics, so each book I'm going to recommend this month is one that you can go to your local comic book store and probably find on the shelf right now. We're starting with a series from Aftershock Comics, Babyteeth. Now, this series is from Donnie Cates, who currently is my favorite writer in the indie scene. I first became aware of him about 3 years ago with his series Buzzkill, which Image recently put back into trade, so if you want to check it out, now's the best time. And if you've watched this channel for long enough, then you know that I loved his latest Image series, God Country, and his series Paybacks was my personal favorite book from 2016. Well, now he's decided to turn his attention to horror with his latest series, Babyteeth. It's the story of a young high school girl who finds herself pregnant, which would be a difficult and scary situation for anyone to find themselves in. I mean, she has to keep it a secret from her dad, her mom passed away so she can't talk to her, and the father of the child is a complete tool. And to make matters worse, the child is the Antichrist. Yeah, didn't see that one coming, did you? Now you might think to yourself, oh, I've heard this story before, I've seen movies like this. Yes, there have been many different movies like Rosemary's Baby and The Omen that have attempted to tell a similar story, but not like this. First off, the protagonist is not like the characters in those films. The characters in those films were all wealthy adults who knew what they were doing, and the only real shock was that the child was going to be a demon. In this one, our protagonist is a teenager who has no idea how she's going to break this news to her dad. Yeah, that is a far more relatable place to find yourself in rather than the characters in those films. She already is terrified of what this could mean before she learns that her child might cause the end of the world. Also, this story, much like everything else Donnie Cates does, swings for the fences. When she's going into labor, it's not your typical labor. They actually treat this like the coming of the devil. The earth shakes, the sky opens up, the world stops. It's some real end of days biblical stuff. And there's nobody there to explain any of this to her. She just thinks that her baby has black eyes, that's all. She doesn't think there's anything weird. It's not until the day comes when he stops drinking milk and he starts growing fangs and she realizes that he needs blood to survive that she realizes something might be up. And we get to see what she's willing to do in that situation. You get to see that she actually does love this little baby. It is her child. She can't let it starve. And we see exactly what that means. And one thing that I love about this is that she goes to her family for help, and in any other version of this story, if she went to her family for help, they would treat her like she was crazy, but instead, they all look at her and go, yeah, we see what you're seeing. We've all experienced this. We know that something is wrong with that baby, but that baby is family. We love it, and we can't let it die. So they all come together. Even though this is about the end of days, it's also a story about family. A sentence I never really thought I would say. But again, this is by Donnie Cates. And one of the things that I love about Donnie Cates is he is always willing to go that one step further, to go that extra length to be full-blown crazy. And they introduce in here a secret society designed to prevent the end of days, and they start hunting this baby down. And not only does that add a lot of tension, because now not only does the mother have to figure out how to raise this child, she now has to protect it from assassins, but also, Donnie Cates always knows how to make things unique, and what made me love this mysterious group is that they flat out say, yeah, this isn't the first one of these we've had to deal with. We've killed countless Antichrists. We do this on the regular. So rather than treating this like, oh, the prophecy has been fulfilled, we've been waiting for this day to come, this is what we've been trained for, they treat it like it's an inconvenience. Almost like, geez, another one? I thought the last one was the last one. Oh well, let's just kill this thing and be done with it. So if you want something spooky on a biblical scale, while also having a shocking amount of heart and having a story about family coming together, even if that means causing the end of the world, then check out Babyteeth by Aftershock. In fact, Aftershock has a few good horror books, so this won't be the last time this month that we visit them. So if you want to see those future videos, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/ProfessorThorgy. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and happy Halloween.